something on it?
Afternoon, a beautiful day. I think it's raining back home in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
is just right over a mountain from Gettysburg. It's where all the history happened. Shippensburg didn't get much of it, or any of it at all, if possible. But I discovered that some old family members of mine served in the Civil War. We're in the Appalachian, depending on where you're from, area. It's about an old moonshine called Appalachian Moon. searching for the breakdown. Hallelujah, it's walking the dark. I said the signs are right, the whiskey's going straight to my head. That's my boy, Mom. Last night started out feeling fine. Woke up this morning to the second light. So I grabbed my guitar, my coat and hat. Was trying to find out just where I'm at. I hitch me a ride just as far as I can to the next spot and do it over again. And I spent all night searching for the breakdown. Hallelujah, I was walking the dog. Take it all for a while. I say, bartender, let me get one more Sazerac, please. I don't wanna go home, just don't go. Very much. Good to be back here. I was here last summer. I played like the same exact week last summer, I believe. Out on a little 5-week tour with my family. Ones that are trying to keep quiet over there. Don't look at them. They won't. We're about 2 weeks in. We got 3 more weeks to go. Heading to Missoula, Montana after this. A couple years ago, before last year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, there's a venue back home where our train runs directly behind me. And when I say behind me, I mean right there where that wall is. And it comes out of nowhere, and it scares the living daylights out of everybody. I wrote this song in Laramie about 4 or 5 years ago. It's called Laramie. I was too young and restless. I was reckless and sentenced to a life of bad habits and daddy's last name. Well, I was too young and restless, reckless and sentenced to a life of bad habits and daddy's last name. Was never good at much like he once was, and I had to hear it every day, every single day. I mean every single day, till I grew tired of all the bitching. How I was too rough around the edges, and father like son, and counting down the days till I turned 18 and reconsidered everything. So I tried college, I stick, hope to fix my ways. I spent a few years with mama eyes. Majored in brown liquor, powders and strange, till I dropped out dreaming rodeo dreams. So my favorite country,
very much.
Last year I did here in the afternoon, and then I went and did Square State Brewing. Is it still there? Square Day. I played there in the evening. That was the old double header. So I just put out a recording of, I think it's about 6 songs. It's only out on streaming, so if you're on Spotify or Amazon Music or wherever you're finding your streaming music these days. Some of the songs are new, some of the songs are older, but they all have to do with my wife, the good and the bad. That very first song I played earlier, called Ain't Mine to Home, was on that record. There's another song that was on that record. It's an older song of mine. We went down to New Orleans a handful of years ago, before the kids were born. And whenever we're out traveling, I usually buy a hotel, buy the cheapest place possible, lock the doors. As long as the door's locked, maybe there's some hot water, we're good. But she didn't want to have to drive around the city, so she picked out the hotel that night. Little bed and breakfast in the French Quarter. Unbeknownst to me, the next day whenever I walked in to check in, the woman behind the counter congratulated me for being on my honeymoon. I said, what? We weren't even engaged at the time. We were still dating, fresh. She says, yeah, it says here in the notes section that you're on your honeymoon. That's how fancy the place was. When you book it online, there's a notes section. She put that we were on our honeymoon. The lady said, congratulations, we're going to upgrade you to the honeymoon suite and give you a free bottle of champagne. I said, you're right, I'm on my honeymoon. I forgot. Got a song out of it too. This is called the Two Street Blues. Wake up, man. Set the stage. The curtains up on our honeymoon masquerade. Champagne in the morning, yeah, by mid-afternoon. You got the two loose. Let's saunter down Bird, take a ride on to Maine. In Jackson Square, it's calling out by the trombone slam. Wild angry spirit, then deja vu. You got to lose. You got tools. You got scripture, woe, and 1 pound of voodoo. That's the tools. You guys are out traveling, give it a shot. Tell you're staying there. You're on your honeymoon. They don't ask for proof, so. But if it works, you got a message and you tell me, because I want to know. So. Yeah. Try it everywhere I go. So I did a tour back in February. I went out to Nebraska. The only musician that tours Nebraska in February. So got out there, it was 80 degrees the first day. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, I was sweating. And then the next day it snowed 6.5 inches. Doesn't make any sense. But I was sitting in a coffee shop one morning, and out one window you had the snowstorm moving in, you could see it off in the distance. Out the other window you could see wildfires going on. Then you had some old cowboys standing in front of me. And I don't think they were talking to each other. It was like it was as if they were talking just loud enough for everybody else to hear their advice about life. Put all that together and you got a song. It's a brand new song. Come out on a record next year. It's called Harlan County. Tin cups and cowboy hat hang Hardin County in the middle of a wildfire. Hardin County in the middle of a wildfire. Sure, I have another new song for you. I guess if you've never heard me, you're all now. It's alright. It's called Bottomed Out. Store sign, bottom at the bottom. I've never come up for it, like you never cared. I bottomed out. I bottomed out. I bottomed out. Things are looking up. Half empty and stone cold and dry. Slip dreams inside the road, passing through a town and I'm losing focus. Rain like hell, the heaven won't notice if I come in late at the end tonight. Nowhere to go but up from here. There's nowhere to go. I bottomed out. I bottomed out. I bottomed out. Things are looking up. Half empty and stone cold dry. Half empty and stone cold dry. Half empty and stone cold dry. I bottomed out. Things are looking up. Thank you very much. I'm a proud member of the Belltown Blues Association back home, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And, a couple years ago, I got to represent them down in Memphis for the International Blues Challenge. There's a lot of really great blues musicians from all over the world that come into Memphis that whole week and kind of compete against each other. It's almost like American Idol for blues musicians, I guess you could say. There's judges. And I didn't win. I'm okay with that. My wife was not. She was really bad. It was a long drive home for her. But I'm very proud to say I'll be heading back to Memphis this January to represent the Billtown Blues Association again. And talking about snow, they don't know what to do with snow in Memphis, Tennessee. And it snowed like 8 inches when we were down there, and I literally saw one guy taking sidewalk salt, and he stood there and he didn't know what to do with it, so he just dumped it all in one spot. And I was like, I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that, but that's your job. And so they just waited for the snow to melt, basically. The city just basically shut down for a day. Couldn't even get a cup of coffee anywhere. So I sat in a hotel room, pondered my blues life. Realizing that I wouldn't say I'm a true blues musician, but all my songs have some blues in them, some more than others. But there's a line in the song that says, just because I'm a happy man doesn't mean I can't sing the blues. It's called the Mockingbird Blues. They don't bite, like hand to feet. You don't steal those words right out of my mouth. No, I love to believe when you say you never let me down. Don't lie on me, Mr. Mockingbird. Oh, crow. Don't hang out by my window. Ain't no place to get your daily news. You know that just because I'm a happy man doesn't mean I can't sing the blues. Don't bother on me, Mr. Mockingbird. Oh, crow. I hear you talking, sound more like squawking to me. You ain't no nightingale, just a lone crow to me.
2 days ago, we went into Yellowstone in the northeast entrance of Cook City. We're rolling down the road. We're the only ones on that road. And we came about a foot and a half away from running over a brown bear. Came right out on the road in front of us. I was like, that would have been really bad publicity. I'm glad that we're not the people that end up on the headlines for running over a bear in Yellowstone. But a pretty cool thing. Be sitting on a road, you feel like you're the only person in the world just viewing that bear. That was pretty neat. This is a song about almost every person goes through this, I think, at some point in their teenage life especially. About being a teenager and just wanting to get out of your hometown. Maybe sometimes run off to the city, chase some dreams. It's about spray painting your name on the railroad overpass or the water tower. And then skipping town. This is called Fresh Paint. Yeah, we could call it a night, or maybe head downtown. We'll find a bar and band, even if we can't stand the sound. Or better yet, we'll go get lost somewhere. There's only two ways out of a small town, ours or theirs. And it's spray painted names on a railroad bridge, it's tattooed graffiti. Hell, it's every dreamer's name in a laundry list of who's split for the city. If we leave tonight, we'll be gone before stars slip from the sky. And there'll be fresh paint dripping down from your name and mine. Your mama's porch, it's like a Broadway stage, full of screeching nails and crickets in a sweet summer serenade. Your daddy laughs like we ain't got a lick of sense. He says the sooner the better you learn the kind of world you're up against. And it's spray painted names on a railroad bridge, it's tattooed graffiti. Hell, it's every dreamer's name in a laundry old singer in like the 1920s named Bessie Smith. Familiar with that? Bessie she was like the world's first female blues singing millionaire, or something like that. About the mid-1920s era, 100 years ago. They made a movie about her. It's called Bessie. And Queen Latifah portrays her. Does a wonderful job. It's a beautiful movie. But the sad thing about Bessie was she ended up dying in poverty, basically, because her management kept her addicted to drugs and alcohol and overworked her. And it just led to a lot of turmoil in her life personally. She lost her family. Her family left her, abandoned her. And you see all this in the movie. And there's a moment where she comes home from a show and she walks in her house and everybody's gone. Her family's left her. There's pictures that aren't on the wall anymore. And she goes upstairs and she sits in front of her vanity and she removes all of her clothing. She's sitting there completely naked. Queen Latifah, the Bessie Smith. And she's staring at herself. You just tell she's pondering life. How did it get to this point? She's overworked, she's tired, she has addiction problems. Her family's gone. It's a very sad, somber part of this movie. And I'm watching it, it's about 1 a.m. My wife is sleeping beside me. I'm watching this movie. There's a naked Queen Latifah just staring at herself for like 15 seconds. 30 seconds, she's still sitting there naked, staring at herself. 45 seconds goes by, still there. A whole minute goes by, and I'm wondering, what is the filmmaker trying to tell me in this moment? I don't get it. And then I realized the Wi-Fi was buffering in our house. And I just had a frozen, naked Queen Latifah on my television. Now my wife and kids will sleep through a hurricane, but guess who woke up at that moment? Breakfast was quite awkward the next morning. We upgraded our internet service. Haven't had too many, at least not many awkward moments like that. I don't do too many cover songs, but every now and then I like to throw one in. This is an old song that Bessie used to sing. It was written by an old songwriter. His name was Jimmy Cox. Bessie used to sing this. It's pretty cool to sing a song that's over 100 years old. Y'all might have ever heard Erik or the Allman Brothers do this tune before. It's called Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out.
My
seen the rough and tumble everywhere, but we've never met. I've seen Rupert, but we've never met. It's kind of a cool thing. We would love to all be in the same place at the same time, but the road always goes on forever, right? The road's heading to Idaho tonight for a night off before we head to Missoula for the rest of the week. I say we, but I mean my family. But I've been out by myself, and nobody else is with me, and I'm saying, we're heading to North Platte, Nebraska. And people just stare at me like they're wondering where the rest of the band is. So. Put out a record, it's called Roots. When did I put it out? 2024, I think it came out. We recorded a bunch of songs for it live in studio, and whenever you put music on vinyl, we only have like 40 minutes of music, and we recorded much more than that. So I've slowly been going through releasing all the extra songs that didn't make the album. This one was released about a month or so ago. My daughter, who was over here, she's been learning how to play softball. And there's some growing pains with it. Some of her friends are really good. She wants to be that good. But she's not used to it because she just started. And so the saying around our house is, honey, you can do hard things. You can do this. Just keep trying. You can do hard things. So one day I'm sitting at the computer, probably booking this show right here, sending out some emails. My son walks over to my desk, grabs my harmonica off the desk, he blows in it, he hands it to me. He says, "Your turn, Daddy." So I blow in it, I give it back to him. It goes back and forth like that 4 or 5 times. And after about the 5th time, I said, "Honey, I can't do that right now. Trying to do this." He put his hand on my arm and said, "Daddy, you can do hard things." And he's right, I can't do hard things. Except for finding a harmonica. I don't know if you know anything about harmonicas, but they're key-based. So you play a certain harmonica depending on what key the song is written in. This song used to be in the key of A. Not anymore. Can't find that harmonica. And I refuse to go out and buy another A harmonica because I know as soon as I do, I'm going to find that harmonica. Until then, y'all get it in E flat. This is called Free Rein. She sat across the table, an ocean, ignoring the sound pouring from my heart like a broke down symphony.
Into the world I go, to lose my mind and find my soul. Into the world I go. Folks back home, they wonder what became of me. Heard they took out a missing person's act in obituary. But I'm headed west, chasing the sun. The road behind me like a ribbon of cigarettes here, then it's gone. Once broken wings regain the sky in a wild blue yonder burning above the pines. I might be missing quite a few feathers. Yes, so once broken wings shall regain the sky in a wild blue yonder burning above the pines. I might be missing quite a few feathers, but I'm freer now than I've ever been. Into the world I go, to lose my mind and find my soul. Into the world I go, into the world I go. Thank you. When you're in like second grade, third grade, when your teachers asked you if you had to do a report on what you wanted to be when you grew up, all my friends said doctor, don't need you. This life and the next, I love you, honey. I'll see you in the morning. It's a song, anyways. I'm gonna need you, baby. In this life and the next, I love you, honey. I'll see you in the morning. I love you, honey. I'll see you in the morning. I love you. I'll see you in the morning. Yes, I will. Pretty much almost guaranteed somebody's always wondering what kind of guitar I'm playing. These are called resonator guitars. It's actually made out of steel. And, they used to make these before guitar amps came. We all went back in time. We went back to New York and we went and saw Duke Ellington and his big band play. All the horn players were nice and loud, but nobody could hear the guitar player. So they used guitars like these because they're a little bit louder than a normal acoustic guitar. And then along came the electric guitar and the amp, and everything changed. People didn't want these things anymore. They used to be really big, really clunky, hard to play. They ended up in the hands of blues musicians and Hawaiian musicians. Some strange kid from Pennsylvania. I like to look around. Every town I go to, I like to look up the music store. If I have a chance, I like to go to the music store and just look around, see what kind of stuff's around. We were in Rapid City, South Dakota, and I looked up their music store there, and they had a guitar, sort of like this, different brand. It was made out of brass. It was beautiful looking. I was like, oh man, I really want to go and play that one. See what it's like. And then I scrolled down a little bit further and I saw the price tag at $5,000. I said, I'm good. Don't need to get mixed up in that. Play another new song. I'm putting out a solo blues record here later this year. As soon as I get home next month, I'm going to start recording it. It's called You, Me, and the Devil. You better pack light. Yeah, the burden that you carry is more than enough to bear. We'll make it through the night. If you're willing to go where you never dare, it's free. Don't make it hard. It's free. Go to
Orca, so, but I do have some CDs, some koozies, and some other goodies there. Or if you just want to help out a traveling musician, there is a tip bucket. It is not necessary, but if you do, it's greatly appreciated. It's just a pleasure to spend the afternoon with y'all instead. Play a song for you. I wrote for my grandfather and my dad. My grandfather was a farmer. And my daddy he always had two different jobs, depending on what time of year it was. He had one job that he worked full time as a delivery driver, truck driver. And then if it was summertime, he was throwing block, playing brick, building houses. Wintertime, he refereed college basketball. He was a busy man. Throughout all that, he still found time to teach me how to play baseball and basketball. I think he got that from his father, his work ethic. And it's one thing I'm proud of, I think I got it from both of them. It's called Working Hands.
And I spoke to my preacher. What on earth is it what to do? See, my house don't feel like home, and the foundation's falling through. I spoke to my preacher this morning. I asked what on earth is a boy to do? Boy, you were only brought into the world, shine a small light into a dark room. I talked to my mother last night, and Mama, what you think me? No, I ain't got no dime to my name, just mistakes and apology. I spoke to my mother last night, tell me, Mama, what you think of me? Very much. Thanks for spending the afternoon with me. My wife and I met. This is a new song. This is what the album, the title track off the album. It's called "Don't Tell Me How the Story Ends." My wife and I, we met in a restaurant. I was a less than mediocre cook. She was a less than mediocre server. We were match made in the heavens. She came back in the kitchen one day. She said her brother worked for a radio station back home. And one of the perks of working at the radio station was he would get free concert tickets if he couldn't go to the concert. Hershey Park. You guys eat your Hershey chocolate with us. It's back from my neck of the woods. Now they have an arena there, but they used to put all the big bands out on the football field, stadium.
she had tickets to the concert that night. She said, "Do you want to go?" My first question was, "Who's playing?" Because I don't want to go see a bad band. I like her, but I don't want to go see that band. She says, "It's a band called the Black Crowes." And I said, "Absolutely, I want to go." I didn't know if she knew it or not, but that's like certainly in the top 3 of my favorite bands. And I said, "Yeah, I'll go." So we get off of her shift and hop in the car. We drive to Hershey Park. We're sitting out. It's a beautiful summer night. Sun setting. We're in the parking lot, hanging out, flirting. And I hear the roar of the crowd, and the opening band comes out. And I like to be in there. I like to be in whenever the opening band comes out. But I like this girl, so I'm going to hang out with her. And you can hear the music out in the parking lot really well. The first song's playing, and I'm wondering, man, I know this song from somewhere. What is it? After about a minute or two, I realized it's a song by a singer named Sarah Bareilles. And I don't know if you know who Sarah Bareilles is. I don't know if you know who the Black Crowes are. But there's not a universe that exists where Sarah Bareilles would be opening for the Black Crowes. So I said, "Can I see those concert tickets real quick?" She hands them to me and it says, "Sarah Bareilles, Maroon 5, and the Counting Crows." Guys, we will fight to the death. That I know she said the Black Crowes. So when she comes back over here later, you make sure that you tell her it was definitely the Black Crowes. She likes to say that's what I wanted to hear. I'm not really sure I wasn't listening at the time, but I know it was the Black Crowes. But it all worked out. Got married and 2 wonderful children, all because of she tricked me. She duped me into this marriage and having kids. I say that and my daughter goes, "Hey!" I'm going to finish out on a song that has a little mention of that concert in it. It's the title track off the record that I just put out. It's only on streaming through right now. The album's called "Don't Tell Me How the Story Ends." Don't tell me how the story ends. Don't tell me how the story ends. The last thing I need is another friend. I need a love affair of the natural kind, someone who understands the burden I've been learning to live with and leave behind. So don't tell me how the story ends. Don't tell me how the story ends. The last thing I need is another friend. I need a wink and a smile, 2 tickets to a show. Through any kind of weather, birds of a feather turn a house into a home. So don't tell me how the story ends. Don't tell me how the story ends. The last thing I need is another friend. this town. It's a pleasure being here. I hope I can come back and play for y'all. My name's Staver. Take care of yourself and take care of one another.